Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are breaking out of the Grand Fortress, or hopefully breaking out of the Grand Fortress here on this episode of Skies of Arcadia. So we need to go and get Aika from her cell, because Vigoro is a total dingle schnoz. So this is sort of a tricky part of the game. It's exciting, sort of the same way most of our engagement in value and space has been exciting, but at the same time it's difficult because they don't give us like a save point or anything right away. You just sort of have to hope that you don't fuck up, which I don't know if I agree with that, unless there was something in the cell that I never saw, but I don't remember at all. You know, and it's not like they do too much damage to us. I mean, the game's pretty generous considering, like, it takes your party size into consideration quite a bit when it puts you up against certain enemies, but you know, there's still some component where it's not quite what you would think. So Gilder's probably doing more because it's yellow on yellow. No, yellow on yellow cancels itself out. Yellow's weakness... Yellow is strong against green. What is yellow's weakness? Yellow's weakness is blue. Blue and silver are its weaknesses. Which makes sense. You have to remember electricity controlled by the sky, and then just silver and gold, I guess, is how I remember it in my head.
That was easy.
This is great, though, because it's a traditional sort of scenario for a game. But it is given that sort of Skies of Arcadia flair, which I really enjoy. Oh, there's a save point. So I am going to save, and you all can see that, because I'm not going to edit this out this time. So, Nazarad Port, no, we'll save over Deserted Island. Just in case. I tend to keep only 2 save files at any given point. So, let's go. Well, apparently the game was ready to go, Jesus. And so we are going to... This will probably be a longer episode. Let's do the prison escape. Like, let's really do it, and let's do all of the stuff that's going to happen near the end of it, because there's some cool shit about to be going down. So let's give him blue then for now, and he'll do a decent amount of damage. Vise, I just always stick with red. Red has so many advantages and so few disadvantages that it doesn't matter, but with the blue there, Gilder's going to do a lot more damage. So he'll one-shot some enemies, knock them down to health for half for others. So yeah, that's a great round of combat. Probably couldn't have asked for anything better.
That was easy.
All right. So let's do this. Oh, we got a moonberry! Oh my gosh, this is awesome. How many moonberries do I have then? I have 2? Right? I have 3 moonberries. This is awesome. I'm all set for later on, for what I want. Prisoner block, 2nd floor. Gotta save Aika. But we are going to have to fight another admiral. So again, continuing that warning for a minute that we had in the last episode, encountering Vigoro has certain implications to it. Just so people are aware. So if you need to skip past the boss fight, So, I mean, it's glossed over, but it's like, if Vise and Gilder weren't here, like, what the fuck? Vigoro. He's a total scumbag. Like, Gilder's lascivious or whatever, but it's like, Vigoro is a scumbag. Which is interesting considering how he will be handled later on in the game. Ramirez escorted Fina to the Imperial Palace. So we gotta rescue her. So here we go. But Admirals get their own boss fight music, which is great. Alright, what's his affinity? Red. So, red... Alright, I want something that's strong against red. Blue is strong against red. Stop it, controller. Let me think out my battle plan. Blue is stronger than red, purple is stronger than red, so... That's fine, we're in a good position. We are going to need to start off with, Sacrum Crystal. Fucking amazing music here. Let's stop for like 2 seconds. Just really great stuff. I should sit and really remember who the composer is of this game. The soundtrack for this game is phenomenal. Like, it's way too good. Which is a funny thing to say. Man, not a good starting round, guys. And will that confuse her? Because I think it can also cause confusion. Yep. But it immediately went away. Hey, I'm okay with that. So we want to just keep building up sort of our spirit, although we could have Gilder attack, which is tempting. We mostly want to sort of build things up. So here, actually, since we have the glyphs of speed, we might as well use them, because this is a
Let's try this.
hard boss fight in the sense that Vigoro hits for a decent amount of damage when he does actual attacks. He doesn't have... There's another time, I'm not spoiling much by saying that this is not the only time we fight Vigoro. One time he will carry like a cannon with him, and it's really strong. But we're mostly building up towards Pirate's Wrath. And the confusion is really strange because, it just doesn't really... Like, it hits her and then it wears off immediately. I've never really seen it do that. But we're gonna really go to town in this episode. We're gonna fight an admiral, we're gonna escape from a prison. One amazingly cool thing is gonna happen. Some of you might know it, but we're not gonna talk about it yet. Man, this is another exciting episode. The game, as I've said before, when it picks up, it picks up. It really does. And I know it's sort of a... No, we have Sacros crystals. I was like, it's sort of a waste to use a Sacrum crystal. Pirate's Wrath, we're showing it off. Not as cool as Omnislash or anything like that, but I still really like it. I love all of, sort of... what this game has to offer when it comes to their special attacks. They're very, very dynamic. And look, so we do that one more time, he's gone, basically, so.
Let's try this.
You've found a bit of the pattern to Skies of Arcadia's battle system now, and it's build up that spirit. The more spirit you have, the more crazy shit you can do. Which makes sense. But still, it's like, you know, I could still probably use... Cutlass Fury. Let's try Cutlass Fury this round. Focus, and then maybe Gunslinger next round. Right, I have options available to me. Special attacks just happen to be some of the best possible options available to me. But we'll try Gunslinger just to see how it might do. And because I love showing it off. But it's not that big of a deal right now. Counter. So that was actually a decent round then. Attack again. Still listening to some amazing music. And Gunslinger.
Let's try this.
Let's have Gilder show Vigoro what it means to be a crazy romantic person and not a creep.
Dance for me.
Take him down. All right. A lot of exciting stuff going on. That might have done it.
How could this be?
Oh, you know what else I should say? The voice of Vigoro is Charles Martinet. That's Mario. I think I've said it before. We need to stress again. That's Mario. We just beat Mario. Oh man, I always forget that's Martinet. Little bit of trivia for you. Cannon room key. So now we know where to go. Cool stuff. Look at him with his stupid codpiece lock thing. Belt. Kick him in the face. Kick him in the face, girl. What a jerk. And actually, going through the fortress, or the prison, is fairly straightforward, which I like. Especially coming off of Ducat's Island, where things are not as straightforward. Here, we only have so many places we can go. We want to go to the cannon room, we have the key. And we just sort of make our way through there. And we have Enrique. So this is where the air pirates are being held. Enrique got thoughts of his own. The legendary air pirate Vise. If the rumors are true, I've heard... I can't talk right now. He'll look like a demon and spit fire. The prisoners have escaped. Enrique likes it. Do not tell any about this. Keep the doors to this area closed. Tell them, if you are questioned, that it was a direct order from me. Enrique's a good guy. It's awesome. So we're going to see more from him shortly enough. Shortly enough? I'm getting into one of those modes where I am not speaking as well. These last couple of segments have been more about experiencing the scenarios than it has been about coming up with any other particular thesis, which is fine because the talk during the Drachma segment was sort of draining, so it's nice to just approach this a little more casually. New cannon. We can run through the barrel to the other side. Where's Gilder? Had to take care of something. Don't worry about it. Hey, we should get out of here. Have I mentioned how much I enjoy Gilder? Because I enjoy Gilder. We can all sort of guess with a pretty good amount of clarity what Gilder has done. But this is interesting stuff. Getting to go outside and around, and so there might be a chest over here. No, it's just space, but it's like looking out on everything. We revisit space that we've seen, or we get to see spaces that we've already been to in different contexts a lot in this game, even if that's something as simple as when we got to observe Shrine Island, and the various details that were there on the outside when we were on the world map. Here it's we get to see the fortress again, but we get to see it up close as opposed to from a ship or anything like that. And I was like, yeah, we want to attack these guys. They're debuffing Vise? Okay. For a minute it looked like they were targeting Ica. Shankopotamus right there. That's one down. 2? Ooh, Vise, no. I'm getting as much mileage out of Gilder while I can, because we're gonna get a new party member in this segment. I wonder if y'all can guess who it is. Some great stuff. I love it. This is going to be a bit of a longer segment. I hope that you stay with me throughout all of this. And then I might do a sub-segment, I suppose, of some other stuff while I can. That one will be heavily edited. I got so excited when I was like, oh, Vigoro's Charles Martinet, because I forgot, and I probably told you when the admirals first had their meeting. Oh, back attack. Back attack, lack attack. Lakitu. We can hit most of those in the line if we use Gilder. And right now, just by virtue of him being a little higher level and things, he's hitting stronger than Vise. So we'll have Vise and Ica focus on that. And hopefully Gunslinger hits everybody on this line, which would be great. But yeah, I love this whole scenario. Again, and it sort of feels like we're maybe repeating some of the motions from when we were in Valua last, but it's important for us to come into these spaces, and yeah, I'll skip the animation, but I know he's going to hit hard. It's important for us to come back to these spaces every now and then.
That was easy.
Even as we explore the rest of the world, to see Valua again, to see not just like their actions, like what happened with Nazrad, but to see... do we want to do this? No, I want to take the elevator back down and go into that room. No! No game! Because I think the other room leads to a chest with a Zivulin Bane. I might be wrong. And here comes the Claudia. Not that it does much, but they're gonna keep bombarding. Whoa! Danger close! And so we have this, the big cannon. All firing back. And Gilder's very confident. Because, of course the giant cannon was sabotaged! Of course! It's like... Let's take out what we can. So I like Gilder's guile. I like the confidence with which he enters spaces. And Gilder's confidence is just very similar to the same as Visor Ica's, right? Head back down. Head back down. Sorry, guys. You get to watch me go up and down an elevator for a minute, but there is a door. I want to open it. I wonder if there's a Zivilan Bane in that room, but if there's a door over here, I shall open it, and I shall get all of the treasure. Oh, well, apparently not. Apparently I'm a fool. Then again, I did get defeated by a stick, so, if you want to rub that one in my face anytime, you can. And so, usually I do the dramatic wipes, but I think I'll just save up ahead to be safe. And we'll sort of take it from there. Although there will be a sort of method to the madness of my save system. Because on the off chance that something dangerous should happen to my save files, I actually want to make a third. Haha. And so... I was going to say, let me navigate down and create a new save file. Very good. Nope. Stop it, game. I know that's not exciting to watch. I should edit it out, but hey, I'm not gonna this time. What are you gonna do about it? You can't do anything about it. You're watching this video right now. It's already been made. Can't stop me. Oh, Fina. So here's my thing. There are like the moments where it's sort of like she's been kidnapped, but it's like she's never, ever in these situations is she ever like weak or anything. She's trying to figure out Valua. So obviously Ramirez is from the Silver Moon. And he has his reasons, which we can explain at a later time. The details of which are mostly outlined in Skies of Arcadia Legends in a side quest, but still, the game makes it pretty clear about what's going on. I fight for Lord Galcian. That is all you need to know. Ramirez's devotion to Galcian is incredibly important when we discuss his character. Especially as we move forward. But keep it in the back of your mind. Keep in mind his devotion to Galcian. And I mean like true devotion. In every context of that word. And now we are going to, once again, rescue Fina. I do want to stress, it's like, she's being guarded specially because of who she is, but it's like, we were captured too. It's never like she just like, it's not like all the times Yuna gets kidnapped. Like, Yuna gets kidnapped so much. And Final Fantasy X I like, but Yuna gets kidnapped a ton. As a way to move forward the plot a little bit at times. And in this case, it's like, no, she just is where we are. We were all together, we were all captured. It was a little different at the beginning, but she was also captured with Captain Dine and the rest of the crew, so take that for whatever it is worth in the consideration of things. I don't think this is a game that turns Fina into a damsel, necessarily, because I think that she has a generally strong grasp and confidence when she is in certain spaces. She might be uncomfortable, and that is visually depicted, but she never compromises herself, right? And we'll watch this one because it's awesome.
Dance for me.
Will it hit both? Man, it's so weird. You would think that the spread of it is a lot more narrow than it actually is. Not narrow, a lot narrower. More narrow. That is bad English.
Yeah!
All right. So let us reunite with our friend. I found the harbor key in the pocket of the dude. Wonder if it opens the thing that I couldn't open before. Because I was a dummy-dum. This is Fina's theme, for the record. It's really good.
Thank you very much.
I love that notion, too. The first time she was surprised, but this time she's like, she knows that everybody would come for her.
Oh!
And here's the cool thing, too. I think I've talked about it before. There's no love triangle. Aika's like, I know he would do the same thing for me. Like, she doesn't need that affirmation. She already has that faith. She already has those kind feelings towards Vise. Vise has those feelings towards Aika. He has those feelings towards Fina. It's really great. So elevator back down and look for a ship because I'm an idiot and I was right. That is a space where where we just need the right key. Is there any chest or anything here that I can take? Doesn't seem to be the case. But yeah, this will be a longer segment, which I just go, oh, means uploading it to YouTube will be a bummer. It's not a bummer. It's just a couple things, and this sounds like me talking like things are bad, but I know some people are watching. Shorter videos get more views. It's just the thing. You retain people's attention much easier, and I can track retention. I know how long people are watching my videos on average. And then also uploading shorter videos is just easier. It doesn't eat up as much storage on my computer when I'm making the videos. It doesn't, like, it's just so much stuff. So that's stupid inside baseball stuff of me complaining for no reason. Man, it would be great if we started with 9 Spirit, because then Gilder could just open up with Gunslinger and rock everybody. Because that's the thing, when Gilder has that ability, he's sort of not my alternative to Aika. Aika is still incredibly important, but the output is just much stronger. And will be, you know, until, you know, I can get more moonberries for Aika, but I also... Fina is like one of my priorities. But I have a certain amount of moonberries for our next party member to get one of their skills that will be very important. And then after that I can focus on Fina and then hopefully just get random moonberries. Again, talking a lot of inside baseball stuff, just like what are my plans for this game in my head, and stuff like that, because I'm not always going to have design stuff to say. I'll comment about the space, I'll sort of comment about the plot, but, you know, this has been about feeling, this has been about experiences, this hasn't been about deep critique. Like, I'm not sitting here and overly analyzing the combat system or anything like that. I am just talking about sort of what this game makes me think. Something going on here. They are opening the gate. Or rotating it around. So we gotta get a ship and get the fuck out of Crapsville, which is totally what people call. And also, by the way, design-wise too, it's rotating. First off, we can still see it rotating. It also rotates and it cuts you off from any backtracking that you can do, just to make sure that you're moving forward. Like, so that's like a design thing. When skies alter spaces, sometimes it does so to make sure that the player continues to move forward. It's just sort of a thing it does. There is a chest full of goodies for us to grab up there. Game was not giving me control of my character for a minute. It's an interesting camera view. But we're doing a lot of ascending, which is always fun interaction, or at least I think so, but having to go down the pathways and back and forth, that's not as fun. So it's a bit unfortunate that the design is just sort of these layered plates, but it also makes sense in the context of Valua. So like, I would expect Valua as a space to sort of be a space where we have just like long stretches of industrial bullshit. So like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, it doesn't bother me. One hit. Oh my gosh, look at that. Who's gonna get it, Aika or Fina? Way to go, Aika.
We did it!
Oh, look at Fina framed by the background right there. That was a good shot. Unintentional, not like anything the game's doing on purpose, but you got the spotlight in the background. You had her right dead center. Is this where the Zivbane is? No, now I have 4 moonberries. Ooh. Out of curiosity, how much does this take? He needs 2. So no, I'm going to save them for our next party member, who we will be meeting shortly. It's Ramirez. It's the villain. He was lying the whole time. Although that could be a twist that a game could do. But, you know. Not what this game's gonna do. Attack round into Gunslinger should be a familiar routine for now, just while we have Gilder. This will not be the last we see of Gilder. That is for sure. Characters often return and swap in and sub out. But our next party member is somebody who we will be traveling with for an extended period of time. Gilder is sort of a transition character. Bonk. Awesome. Do it. Hit him. I'm way too impressed by this.
Come on. Dance for me.
I'm using it while I can. Man, this is a fun stretch of episodes, though.
Yeah!
What was it? We had the lead up to Ducats, which is really fun. We had Ducats Island itself. We had this. This is exciting, and it's going to end in a really great climax. You can see another save symbol. Hey, showing you all the busy work today. Not that I expect any trouble. Man, I wish I had a VMU. Well, I have one. I have one. I have multiple VMUs, but it's like I wish I had one right now to just show off. But we do have a save point here because we have an enemy. A tank! We have to battle a fucking tank. I'm down with it. Are you? You should be. This isn't a game that has as much like Magitech though. This is just like, yeah, it's powered by moon crystals, but it's not like it's just pure industrial red. Okay. So the blue still works. So we have everything slotted like we did for fighting Vigoro. So I'm okay with that then. Actually, no. Not okay with the actions I'm taking though, so Glyph of Speed, Sacrum Crystal, 2 attacks.
Let's try this.
And then I can get in some attacks as well. I do like fighting enemies like this, because they, like, any time that we can stress the difference between Valua and other spaces, it's worth doing. So it's like, who are we fighting? We are just fighting... Oof. She got hit real hard. We're just fighting soldiers in a tank.
Sorry.
Man, why did I have to focus on Fina? That's bullshit. So we attack, and I wanted Ica to be able to attack, but we use our Ryslem box because that will assure that Fina will get up.
Try this.
And we didn't break the box. So that's good. And when you use Ryslem, full health. Awesome. And so we're building up to another gunslinger. Pirate's Wrath round? So we want the 30. So let's have her focus to make sure we can get that. And let's use a Sacris Crystal. Sacrilene Crystal, tempting, but we will not do. With Ica and Gilder, so close to each other, I don't know if that cannon attack hits multiple not enemies, party members.
Let's try this.
The high HP of this boss, so let's talk about, I mean, just for the hell of it, how certain things can reinforce how we perceive objects in the space. So the high HP of this tank does impress upon the player a certain sense of, like, toughness in the enemy, right? Which ties back to how we can have underlying systems that make our modes of interaction feel different. So because the enemy is tougher, it feels like we are fighting, something composed of steel and not something composed of flesh. And that's something that's achieved just by the HP value and, like, the general defense value of the enemy. Pirate's Wrath only doing that much. This is a tough foe when push comes to shove. Not a tough foe in the sense that we will have difficulty defeating it, but in the sense that it hits hard and it is
Let's try this.
very robust. And so the stats on the thing make that thing feel like the thing it's supposed to be, which is a stupid sentence to navigate, but you understand my point. And it's not revolutionary. This is something that is done by, D&D was doing this. Having stats that make sense for the entities in your space, like, that's just something that makes sense. But sometimes we don't sit back and notice it as much as I think we could. And it's important that we do, just in the sense that we understand sort of how RPGs communicate certain things. And in this case, it's that whole matter of the RPG is communicating something to us purely through, like, math, which is sort of cool, even though I hate math, but I like what math can achieve. I'm just not good at it. We'll build up to another round, which means focus. We just keep attacking and chip damaging. It seems like I'm relegating Ica a lot to support, but it's mostly just because Gilder can fill sort of like a secondary attack position right now in a way that Ica cannot. The next party member we have will also be somebody I will use for attack very much, but I will also use them quite a bit for defense, actually. And so are they hitting Vise or Fina? My guess is that they are knocking out Fina. Yep. So the question is, do I use the Ryslum box or the Ryzen crystals? Ryzen is 50% chance. Ryslum box is 100% chance. So I say we use the box, and if it breaks, it breaks. If it doesn't, we still have more charges.
Let's try this.
And it didn't break, so that's good. I want my full party up because it just generates spirit faster. I have more utility options available to me.
Take that.
And the music does alter and change based upon our conditions in battle. We've talked about that before. I wish that the track didn't sound so funny the way it does right now. Some of the guitar stuff sounds a little wonky. But it is what it is. We'll skip Pirate's Wrath, and this time we'll show off Gunslinger because it is totally going to finish off the enemy. Unless Ica does it now! Nope. Getting in another Gunslinger while we can.
Dance for me.
I don't know if tanks can dance, but we're going to find out. This is a great sequence. Really enjoyable on all fronts. And like I said, we hit all of the tropes that you might expect from JRPGs in terms of setting and certain things, but the game does them with confidence and does them with a lot of earnesty. So it's really not all that bad. Ryslum crystals, so hey, fantastic. The alarm's off. That's no good. Quickly, get on the lift, says a gallant voice. Who is that masked man? Take our chances and hop on. Captain's decision. I wonder, perchance, who could be helping us? Of course, it is the good Prince Enrique.
Hail.
So we've talked about characters that generally who have positions of power and abuse them. Enrique is one of the counterpoints to that, right? So he is the best of Valua, right? He's the best of what the nobility can be and what the monarchy can be if applied. This is the Delphinus. This was to be Enrique's personal flagship. It is an amazing ship, and they want to build a bunch of these to also sort of corral the world beyond the moon crystals even.
Whoa.
So it's like Valua consolidates power even through industry more and more. Why did you take us to the bridge of the flagship? So we get some honesty from Enrique. Like I said, he is the best of Valua. The best, sort of an embodiment of what they can be. I want you to take the ship, and I want you to take me with it. As Prince of Valiant Empire, all the innocent blood spilled by the Armada is on my hands. I've done all I could to convince the Empress and Galcian that, you get the point. But, so he cannot defeat the system from within, so he is going to do that. And of course he can come with us. Blue rogues don't take hostages, though. You have to do so as a blue rogue, buddy. So we got a new member of our crew. It's good stuff. So we can't get the crystals, it seems. Or not. Looks like our new friend has a gift for us. Awesome. It's so great.
Yes.
And we get to fucking use the Delphinus. Hey, this is our ship for the rest of the game, and it is amazing. It is an amazing ship. And we are about to sail off and kick some fucking ass. I love it. I love it. And it's such a cool design. Like, it's a real, feels like a real cool battleship. It's so cool. Like, this is just one of those moments again where I'm like, man, this is cool. And the game properly frames it as such, too. It's like, here we go. And look at the crew's all together. And there's an energy to this. There's a vibe to it. That I hope you're feeling, too. I feel it, too. There's a lightness in my heart. A smile on my face. And all of this stuff. And I'm just so excited. For what... I guess what the ship can represent and what this crew can represent and all of the possibility now it means for us to enter into, you know, the game world with this and with all of these people at our side and all sorts of things. It's really fantastic. So the Delphinus, this creation of war becomes this really hopeful image for us. There's a weak spot where we blew up the cannons, and we are going to blast our way out of the fortress. And it is going to result in one of my favorite moments of the game. We have a weapon on the front of the Delphinus. We have a moonstone cannon. You might remember De Loco using it against us, but that was only a prototype. This is the real fucking deal. So we will have a ship that can fight Gigas and all sorts of stuff. How much does it take? 20 spirit points. We start off just with prototype cannons. We'll be able to change that as we go forward, but really, we just want to get to that 20. And we just want to blow a hole through the thing. This isn't... Excuse me, I had a hiccup there, if you heard my voice go funny for a minute. This is not a moment in the game where we're going to have a huge battle. This moment exists to show off the possibilities of what will happen with us now that we have the Delphinus. It's to introduce us to the ship. This is the game's way of introducing us to our newest tool, and technically, in a vague sense, a new actor, by just giving us a target and letting us play. And saying, okay, you have this crazy thing. Go on and use it. And it's a much... This is one of the things... I mean, people talk and vaunt interactivity in games like it is the pinnacle of what makes games important or, like, effective. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think there's multiple factors in games that make them impactful. In this case, however, by allowing us to interact with the space using a familiar mode of interaction, the ship battles, but then also giving us the chance to like really use things and like push in the commands and like all of that, it really does create a good entrance for the ship.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
It's awesome. And we actually get experience from it, which is funny, but we don't need it. All that battle is just saying, hey, fire the Moonstone Cannon. This is fucking cool. Blow open a gate in the fucking wall of Valua and say goodbye to the evil empire as you go on your journey. Make an even bigger legend for yourself. You're the person who escaped and fought in the Colosseum. You fought the Gigas. You blew your way out of the Grand Fortress. It's freaking amazing. I love it so much. It's so cool. It's just an escalation of things that say, like, you know, your characters are going to be the ones that people tell the stories about. And I mean, that you get that sense in other games, but this is like really like, you know, there are people in taverns being like, I hear that Vice, the Blue Rogue, and Ica, and everyone broke out of the Grand Fortress, yar. Right? They're people talking about our actors while sitting around a table or whatever. Like, you get that sense. And we get Vice's theme for one of the few times in the game. I believe we need to decide on who's captain. Even though it is my ship, I am not an experienced sailor. I would feel more comfortable with someone else at the helm. We know who everybody's gonna vote for. Captain of his own ship. Gilder chiming in, everybody agrees. Will you accept the responsibility of being captain of the Delphinus? And of course, I'll do it. I won't let you down. And it gives you the chance again mechanically to like be like, yeah, let's fucking go. That's a lot of what those decisions are about. It's like, let's fucking do this. And we need to make flags. And we'll get to see everybody's flags. And Vise, Ike, and Fina are going to design different ones. Enrique's like, I don't know if I can design an air pirate flag. Fina's like, yeah, go for it. Or Ika's telling it to Fina. And so we can explore the Delphinus. And so, with that, we have come to the end of this episode. We will explore the Delphinus in the next one. So I will see you around. This is some amazing stuff. The game is really opening up. Thank you very much for watching. I love you very, very much. Bye.